Hello guys, what's going on? Nick C here from the Sticky Socks and welcome to today's video. So today we're going to start off our hero guide video series. We're going to be going over all 21 characters in Overwatch, go through all of them, what's the perks of them, what's the worst part of them, their weakness, their benefits, and what they have over different characters. So the first one we're going to start off with is Genji. We're just going to do them in order of how they appear on the screen. So tomorrow we'll have one on maybe, I don't know, the bow and arrow guy or a few others. We'll see what I'm playing with at the current moment and what I'm feeling, what I've learned. I'm just going to take my time with this and just learn the abilities properly so that I can kind of give enough insight that you guys can understand the best way to play these different characters. So the first character we have here is Genji. Now, we'll just start off with Genji's core ability, which is the Shuriken. That's just basically like the three sharp little dart things that he throws. And he's two modes of throwing them. With the R2, he can throw an accurate burst of 3 projectiles, or else with L2, he can throw a fan of them. So obviously the L2 is for up close and kind of when you're trying to hit multiple targets. And the R2 is kind of for accurate, maybe long range and just throwing them in. These things do pretty decent damage for what they do. They're really good at cleaning up other kills and stuff like that, especially if you have a stronger, maybe like a Bastion that has 90% kill someone and then you can finish them off by just throwing long darts from a distance, and it's just kind of good at that kind of stuff. Then with his two abilities, his L1 ability is Swift Strike, where he can rapidly dash forward and inflict damage on enemies. Eliminations reset the cooldown. This thing is fairly handy, not only just for movement, but also getting up in people's faces and then being able to throw the Shuriken with the L2, where you can just throw the fan. Very good, it makes you move very quickly. It does have, I think it does about 50 damage, the actual Swift Strike, so it's still pretty good. Then R1 is Deflect, which is probably Genji's highest thing. It's really good against Bastions or stuff like that. It deflects incoming projectiles towards the direction you are aiming. So basically what it does is deflects them and then shoots them back at the enemy. For Bastions or any high damage things that do kind of machine gun damage or something like that, this is really good. All you do is just tap the R2 button and all you have to do is point it straight back in them and they'll end up basically killing themselves. It's hilarious to watch a Bastion do this to themselves, where they're just trying to shoot down a Genji and the Genji just after pressing R1 and the Bastion ends up killing itself. Absolutely hilarious, and this is probably Genji's best thing. His passive ability then is Cyber Agility, which is basically where he can climb on walls and he can double jump. Again, he's very high movement, while his Shurikens don't exactly, you can't throw him very much on the move, so it's kind of either you throw the R2 from kind of a distance or the L2 straight in the face. So being able to have something like being able to double jump and be able to climb on walls make you very agile. It makes this character very easy to use. And then Genji's ultimate is the Dragon Blade, which basically means he can unsheath a deadly melee weapon. The melee weapon itself isn't the strongest, this really isn't one of the most amazing ultimates, but again, with the deflect kind of thing and the fact that he's so agile and stuff, I think it does balance out the class that the ultimate isn't completely overpowered. Overall, Genji is really good. He's not the easiest to get to use. You have to know when to time you're using your deflects and the Swift Strikes and the Shurikens and using all these different abilities, but overall Genji is a very strong character and it's definitely one I've had fun learning with. Again, that deflect ability is what drives this entire character together and really brings home his whole character, and it just makes it a really fun thing to use. Overall, if I was to give it out of 10, I give Genji about an 8.5. The problem is his ultimate is just a bit too weak, and aside from that, everything is kind of good. The Swift Strike is a bit hard to use at times. It's not the it's not the most user friendly or the most easiest character to use, but overall 8.5 out of 10. And guys, that'll be all for this video. So again, as I said, we're gonna do all 21 characters in the Overwatch roster over the next coming weeks, and I'll show you off again the disadvantages and advantages, just as I have done in this video, showing you off the best bits and the worst bits of each different character. Anyway guys, I'm Nick C, I'm out, see you in the next video. Got you rockin' on the floor.